When we look across our communities and our country, we see the need to support the conditions that allow flowers to bloom in the unlikeliest places. We see everyday people joining together in solidarity to uplift each other and the communities around them in beautiful new ways. We see community leaders listening deeply to residents and reimagining how they can better connect people to resources that improve their well-being.
The idea of being a steward and being a good ancestor are linked in a lot of ways. Like, I know that I'm going to be dead a lot longer than I'm alive. So how can I be helpful when I'm dead became the question that I started to ask, because when I hear about the stories of the ancestors, you just hear how helpful they continue to still be. You know, what it is for me about being a good ancestor is blazing a trail.
As I'm listening to people talk about what their solutions, what they were going to do for MySpace, right? With nobody in the room that actually resided there or would be recipient of any of the alleged resources that would get spread here, right? In that moment, I understood what my job was. My job was to be the voice for the voiceless in that moment.
If you actually want to be creating communities where everyone can actually get to an equitable health and well-being, that you have to be working intentionally with communities that are the furthest from access, the furthest from justice, the furthest from getting to care.
This idea of life rising through concrete becomes a motivating practice when we recognize that those of us who lead with life and love actually have the power to break through the concrete of division and despair that we see all around us.
Is if you don't ask, the answer is always no. If you don't try and find the crack in the concrete wins.
You want to go far in a way that's joy-filled, in a way that you get to a destination that's thriving, where people are vibrant and excited to be where they are, that they feel a sense of belonging and being welcomed, that they were cared for. And if you want to do that, you got to bring people with you.
You know, it's about making it easier for the generations that are coming up behind us, for us to be able to give ourselves a lead in this intergenerational baton race that we're doing, all towards a better future that we want for ourselves, for a better world for ourselves.
A movement is forever. It's not something you're ever going to see the end of. And if it works, it's going to be self-sustaining and it's going to last forever.
It's about how are we putting ourselves in the shoes of the people we're trying to connect with? How are we even telling the story to ourselves? Like when I tell the story to myself, I don't start with everything that's horrible. I start with what's possible.